Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I don't know where you're calling us from.
Yeah, my name is Prince Latuga.
Okay, sir.
Yesterday, I went to my bank at FCMB
Mm,
to go and withdraw some money. I went for 20,000 naira.
mm,
Initially, I was thinking there's no money, except I use my ATM, and I do go with my ATM.
mm,
So I had to explain to the man in charge that this is weekend,
mm.
and I only have 1,000 naira left in my pocket. So on the long run, to put a short story, they only give me three, 3,000
Mm,
out of the 20,000 I applied for.
mm.
And because that will not pay me for the weekend, I have to go to POS. It's a customer that I know. Maybe when it was other people for 10,000 is 2,000, but he gave me 10,000 for 1,500.
Okay.
That is that was my experience yesterday.
Mm. Thank you, sir. Well, for some people, they're collecting 2,000. It's almost as if you want to collect 100,000 naira, you have to pay 15,000 naira. And I don't know why this is happening. But it's people's realities, and we need to hear from them. So if you had issues getting your money out, hello, good morning.
The money
Good morning. Your name or where you calling us from?
is money from
Malik, welcome to the program. Oniro, sorry.
yeah. Do you know what I this policy?
Yes.
I'm in support of it.
Okay.
But you know what's called the policy?
Yeah.
The CBN government for picking that APT form has destroyed everything. It's like a Pakistan something for every day.
Hmm.
You don't know if you understand me.
I get you.
Look, 1,000 for 2,000 naira.
It's absurd.
Yeah, 1,000 for 2,000 pure.
Mm.
And now, I have something working for me in my house. We don't have to take transfer. I'll be forced back to go to look for POS to pay that amount of money, to give them that money.
Mm.
Money for it now. Look, a brilliant idea that was very super, but came at the wrong
Wrong
time.
time.
But what make it worse, part of the this, people holding this money
Mm.
because we do not have a business for Nigeria. People will want cash out. People don't cannot make money. It's really what I mean.
I get you.
If you have done this policy, why don't you allow the 20 naira notes, 10 naira notes, because you available. So somebody goes to the bank to collect money, you can collect 100,000. Then you understand
I
me.
get you.
So with the thing that saying that the money will cost both time, do you want to give me 100,000 and 100,000 like I can pass an election day? Where will you pass from? Then you understand me.
Yeah.
How many times go and you put polling units, you have to distribute 20 naira notes. It's making sense to you.
Yeah.
People that they don't know what they are doing, they are cartel Nigeria, they don't know this anymore. They blame now the followers. And the one that to do what they are doing.
Mm.
In this way, we are not taking how long we go to vote. You go out and you see vote your conscience and you vote the person you want to vote, the person wins. Next, I'm not going to bring any conscience or pulling it again. I say, that's why I share last time I cheat me and I know work. I don't share money again.
Thank
But
you.
because we are so docile, we the masses are docile, that is why the person keep doing the same thing to us. The thinking at the day, same thing they did 20 years ago, same thing they did when they were running home, the same thing they're doing again. The same campaign for us, but the same campaign they're doing again, not like food. This is different.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're still talking is it financial crunch that I'm going to say? What has been your experiences so far within the week? I know of somebody who said to me she went to buy fuel at the filling station, and they were saying that no, they don't do transfer. You have to go to their own POS and all of that. And it was very uncomfortable even for her. So what has been your experience so far with with all of this happening at the same time? At the same time, the numbers to call is 009-234-5913. And then wait first. The question on my mind is why why are POS operators collecting huge amount of money? I want to collect my money now. At least if I want to dash you money, let me know I'm dashing you money. Why are they having to collect that amount of money from 2,000 naira, for some people, they don't even collect the money at all. There's something that one of the callers said about even if they're going to give out 5 naira or 20 naira. No. Somebody, I saw a video um where the guy went to buy something at the supermarket and brought out 10 naira, 5 naira for the cashier to count. Now, I don't know why all of this is happening at the same time, but what are your thoughts? How have you been able to pull through so far with the no money, and then the transfers are not even going, and then the transfer that goes, be happier because you have to be sure that people have received their money. For some people, if they don't get cash, they cannot do anything with you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you calling us from?
My name is Prince. I'm calling from Oba.
Okay, Bright. What's been happening?
It's too hard, seriously. It's just like a heaven. You know, having children in the house, you want to withdraw, serious to tell you the money, if they can't withdraw, if you want to withdraw, they can't give you more than 3,000 naira. If they give you 3,000, they're collecting 400 naira.
Yeah.
And it's just so annoying. You have your money in the bank, you can't collect it. I just want to buy for one of the filling stations at my road there. We are selling 185. So they collect 500 naira extra.
500 on the keg or 500 on the money?
No, on the car. Before they sell on the car, I just buy for now.
Wow.
I want to buy for 5,000 naira. What is paid is 185 naira. That's what they are selling. You have to collect 500 naira first before they sell the car for you.
Okay.
I have to just add that around to the meter. They will know that you are selling 250. Doing this, you putting it on 155, you don't want to cover up, you're collecting 500 naira. With 500 you do, you can't pay for someone. It's just annoying. People that are doing their own, is doing their own, is doing their own. What is the problem?
I'm sorry about the experience. I'm really sorry. Well, thank you for contributing. Okay, I know that if you want to buy fuel in keg, it's 1,000 naira per keg, and I don't know why. I really don't know, but I'm going to go on this short break. Please send us your comments, WhatsApp messages. I want to hear what's been going on with you in terms of getting your cash, and I'm so looking forward to an end in sight immediately. I think there was something I saw about it's a meme, yeah, memes. Where people are saying that POS operators is now your time. POS operators and fuel attendants is now your time. Don't worry. That's how Nose Mask was having fun at his own time. So, while we're having all of these memes and because Nigerians are resilient and all of that, why can't it just be easy for us to be able to get our monies that we worked hard for? Somebody I read somewhere that it couldn't. Some companies are not able to pay salaries because they're saying that transfers have failed, right? And so it's a lot of burden on everyone. And how are you going through these times? That's what I am concerned about. I am concerned about it. In the meantime, I'll bring on the president of ASBFI to also hear the thoughts on on what's going on so far in terms of the banks and how they are trying to ease up our fears to be able to, for us to get our money, our hard-earned money. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
There's a new cuisine in town. A glass of wine, a cup of coffee, and if you're like me, a glass of smoothie. With signals served on Lagos Talks 91.3 every Saturday at 10 a.m. Your mind will dream again.
Signals 91.3. We're talking Edging closer to general elections and the state of the country. If you have what has been going on so far, have you been able to get your money from the bank? Oh God. The numbers to call, send us WhatsApp messages 009-191-3913 or 009-222-0913 or 01-5151-913 or 01-5151-913. While I wait for him to join us, right, I'd also love to hear your thoughts, comments. Bring it on. I want to read from you what has been going on in your area. Have you been able to get cash? Have you been able to get to the bank? I don't know why the bank did not open yesterday. Okay, so I have him back. I'll mute. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning. I've been here.
Okay, so tell us your experience so far within the week, because we're looking for week happening and then changes. But it's
so in the last 1 week, I can tell you that the experience has been traumatic for me. And when I say traumatic for me, because of what my members have been experiencing in the hands of the public. A lot of them have been attacked. I mean, you saw videos of some of them having to jump over the wall to escape. Yeah. Some were even threatened not to go home, that if they stepped out of the banking premises, that they would deal with them. And I begin to wonder why you will do that to somebody whose only offense is that he's unable to provide what he does not have to the general public. Now, that being said, I think the truth is beginning to come out based on the pronouncements from the Federal Executive Council, based on the pronouncements relating to the capacity of the Nigerian Security Printing and Minting Company in being able to meet the kind of demand that will be required. And of course, it seems that if in the last 1 week, CBN has shifted focus from banks to POS operators, to retailers who are recycling cash. I heard you talking about the experience of somebody who went to a filling station. I had the same experience too during the week. I finally, I forgot to tell you that I finally got cash on Monday. I had to go and beg. I had to go and beg in my own bank too. I had to line up and everything, but I eventually got 20,000 naira. And out of that 20,000 naira, I had to let go of 6,000 naira because the filling station told me that the maximum I could use my card for was 5,000 naira in this Lagos. Okay, so when those kind of things begin to happen, you discover that we, the people, are the actual saboteurs to this thing, because a lot of people are cashing out. We are talking about the POS operators who are charging. Now, did I mention that at the filling station, if you didn't have cash, they pointed you to a POS operator right there in the filling station.
True.
Right. So it only speaks to the fact that they are also cashing out. So they are selling fuel to you, cashing out on fuel, cashing out on cash itself. And I think it's time for the general public to start taking videos of these ones that are blatantly abusing the naira, because that is an abuse of our currency, and start showing them around for everybody to see, so that the security agencies know where to focus on. And like I told some people yesterday and this morning, we also need to discipline ourselves. Don't buy what you want, buy what you need. And you see, you need to remember too that you are the owner of your money. The person that you are patronizing should not dictate to you the means of payment. If he's not going to provide that service to you through an alternative means of payment, then leave. We'll see who's going to suffer for it at the end of the day. I mean, I can't imagine if yes.
Hold on a second. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where are you calling us quickly?
Okay, my name is Michael. I'm calling you from Lekki.
Okay, Michael.
Yeah, I've just been following the conversation all along. I mean, since this week. Nigerians usually just make one channel reasoning. Everybody just thinks in a particular way.
Mm.
Let me play this card to you because I own POS unit.
Okay,
right?
that's good. Let's hear from
Now,
you.
Now, you go to the bank to get money.
Mm.
First of all, let's say you go to the ATM, you queue up, and there are lots and lots of people in the ATM to collect money. You might have to get people to queue up for you. And the maximum you're meant to collect from the ATM is 5,000 naira. Now, a POS operator that usually will collect 100, 200,000 in a day and be collecting 100 naira or 200 naira to do his transaction. If they don't work in a day, they do not eat. Now, you subject that POS operator to collect only 5,000 naira. First of all, how many times is he going to collect 5,000 naira to get 100,000?
Mm.
If he collects only 5,000, how much is he going to make from it if he's collecting 100 or 200 naira to be able to make enough money to feed with his family? These are basic questions. And I will tell you, one of the reasons why we have so much pressure on cash in Nigeria today is the failure of internet banking by some of the traditional commercial banks. In the filling station where you have somebody by the side doing a POS job, those guys are using the smaller fintech POS machine. Those ones are working, but the POS machines of the regular banks are not working. That's the problem. So if they improve their services and service provision for the POS machine, by the commercial bank, all this pressure will reduce. And you won't have one saying we need filling stations and shops. He's sitting on collecting cash. So let us learn to blame people appropriately.
Okay. So quickly, thank you, Michael. But here's the thing: I understand where you're coming from, and I understand the pain that you're going through to be able to get cash to everyone. But the question I'm asking is, why are we now charging so much? You might not be charging so much, right? Because I know that the regular 5,000 naira, you collect 100 naira or 200 naira. But there's now exorbitant prices on getting funds from POS operators like yourself.
Okay, you have lots of jobless people in Nigeria. You go to a POS machine, an ATM machine rather. You have lots of people that don't really have any business being there.
Okay.
They just like where there is a crowd and they stand on that queue on your behalf.
Mm.
When it's your turn, when it's their turn, you will come use your card, collect money, and pay them.
Okay.
Now, if the person insists on collecting 200 naira for his own turn, how much do you think you will possibly charge to break even?
Okay. That's another good
these are high-headed challenges that we have. Let the banks, let the commercial banks allow their electricity
bank system
businesses work. Let them allow the USSD code that they use, that most people use to do transactions. You don't need an Android phone to use a USSD. And that's where how most Nigerians transact their businesses.
Okay, then. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, what are your thoughts on him? We have a caller calling. He's also a POS.
Yes, his comments are very, very valid. Okay. You recall when we spoke last week, I mentioned that one of the biggest challenges to this policy was poor execution, lack of engagement. And under this circumstance, I would have expected, I spoke about engaging all the stakeholders. In fact, when I was talking about stakeholders then, I didn't even mention the POS operators. I expect now, CBN has come out to tell banks that the maximum you can give anybody is 20,000. CBN has not said, okay, if you have a POS operator, give them X amount of money. The same CBN came out and said that they are bringing out super agents they are bringing out more agents and giving them cash and all that stuff. We don't know whether that has really happened. So for the last caller, I sympathize with him. But the bank, again, cannot serve him beyond what CBN has said. They have an association. It would have been good if they also had come out to make a lot of noise about their own experiences. But that doesn't still negate the fact that there are some of them who are taking advantage and cashing out. Now, let's go to the issue he raised about the banks. Yes, we know that transactions are failing. Transactions will start failing because there's a surge in the volume of transactions for those who have shifted to that space. But I would also want him to know that for every electronic transaction that occurs, there are various parties to it. And I like it. He mentioned the USSD. USSD is the star, whatever hash that you are using. Who is driving it? Basically, what the bank has done is to give you, they've provided the platform in their own system, but everything is run through your telephone network.
So are we only the network providers, so we also have to hold them accountable?
Well, if we say holding them accountable, they have had a sudden increase that they did not expect to happen. So were they warned that with this kind of policy, they need to expand the bandwidth or whatever it is that they need to expand to be able to accommodate all those things? Look, there are roughly about 20, 30 banks in Nigeria today. Okay, each individual bank has its own system that is running, right? But as customers, we all have limited. How many telcos do we have in Nigeria today? We have 4, right? I don't want to talk about those who have Wi-Fi's in their homes, right? Majority of people are running on the 4 telcos that we have today. Now, those 4 telcos are bearing the burden of those 30 of customers of those 30 banks in Nigeria today. So it is a spike on their own activity for them as well. While I was waiting for you to call me in, I transferred money to someone to go and buy something. You know, I said I was going to be in a meeting and there was something that needed to be purchased. 10 minutes after, I have my alert here. I have evidence that I transferred to her. She sent me a message frantically from where I sent her to that she's not received the money yet. It's not her fault. It's not the fault of her bank. It's not the fault of my bank. And it could be, in fact, the problem could be from anybody. But we cannot pinpoint where the problem has come from exactly.
Hold your thoughts.
But like he said, we need to be looking for solutions. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm trying to take as much calls as possible, but please do me a favor, callers. Okay, hold on. Hello, good morning. Quickly. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello. So while I'm trying to take calls, please send us WhatsApp messages to 009-234-5913. Hello, good morning. Okay, then. Now, network providers, your own. Send us WhatsApp messages. Send us WhatsApp messages to 0809-234-5913. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Amber.
Okay.
I'm listening to you, okay?
Yes.
I think we are making excuse for failure.
Okay.
I will tell you why. First of all, how do we get to start using POS in this country? Is it not because of the failure of the bank? Do I have business with POS if my bank can give me money from the ATM machine? Why do I have to pay 200 naira to withdraw money when my bank gives me the opportunity to use other ATM 3 times before they charge me like 50-something naira? I think we have allowed all sorts of failure to thrive in this country instead of making an excuse. We are talking about USS code. The fault is from the network provider. Since the federal government gives time for the network provider to work on their system, what happened? Even the recharge card you buy, the data you buy every time, all sorts of nonsense.
Okay, but
I think we need to reset the system. I'm not making an excuse.
Okay, then. Thank you so much. I hear you. You're saying excuses and failures, right, on all parties. But please send me WhatsApp messages, please. This for me. I'm personally begging you to send me WhatsApp messages 009-234-5913. Now, what are your thoughts on what he has to say?
Yeah, so I'll try as much as possible to take briefly all the things he raised.
Yeah.
He started about the POS that is the fault of the banks. So I want to correct that. It is not the fault of the banks. The banks are only able to pay what CBN has given to them. They will not pay, they will not give what they do not have. So I've said it over and over again. And thankfully, I think the government has subtly admitted to it that the amount of currency that was made available was not sufficient to meet the demands. Now, he spoke about being charged at the ATM. Maybe what he does not know is that when he does those first 3 transactions free of charge, his bank is actually paying for him.
Okay.
Right. In case you don't know today, that those first 3 transactions that you do free of charge, your bank is actually making payment because facilities have been put in place. I told you this last week. You remember I told you, I said people don't believe it, but ATM business is a lost business.
I was about to ask you that
Yeah.
who now pays for the losses, the damages that has been done to the banking facilities because of the protests everywhere?
Yes. So insurance companies cried out yesterday that the estimated claim is in excess of 2 billion naira so far.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. In excess of 2 billion that they are going to have to cough up. And that is just to banks alone. We have not spoken about people whose shops were looted. I don't know when shops turned to banks, whose cars were damaged, innocent bystanders.
While I okay, so while I understand all of this, the topmost question for me is why the need to change the currency if we had not thought out through the policy? Because election is on the way. And if people cannot get the basic money for them to buy what they need, the basic necessities, because what everybody is agitating for is we can't even buy food. We can't buy. Okay, so we have, I'm sure you'll have seen some pictures of a guy selling bread and he's putting his bank details at the back of his shirt.
Yeah. Yes.
The woman who sells food on the road is saying you have to pay first before you eat your food. I know that 3 times within the week, I've had to pay an excess amount just so that I could commute from one place to the other because I don't know if the network would fail me.
Right. Yeah. Recall during COVID.
Yes.
People couldn't go out. This electronic
now. We couldn't transfer.
Well, some of us could. I had my local moimoi seller who was ready to accept fund transfer. In fact, I was shocked. I was ready to pay her cash, and she said, cash or transfer. I was pleasantly surprised. My baba today, I don't pay him cash. I transfer to him once I cut my hair. Yeah, it's a ridiculous amount of money, but he's happy to receive that transfer. The challenge right now, you see, I like what that POS operator, what the last caller said, that we shouldn't be talking about, we shouldn't be looking for excuses. And I agree with him. What we should be looking for are solutions. And what are the solutions? This is the time to look for things that will, apart from putting the infrastructure in order, this is also the time to encourage people with incentives to move to cashless. I would think that by now, when that meeting was holding yesterday and they came out, what I would have thought I would have heard government saying is that while CBN is looking for means of printing more currency to circulate, between now and X date, all transfers should be free. All withdrawals should be free. All transactions with your card should be free. Calculate everything, and thank God those things can easily be audited. We will give it back to you as a tax credit. So take responsibility for it. I don't think it is too much for a government to do for the banking industry to ease the pain that people are going through. Now, Federal Executive Council held a met afternoon yesterday. By 4 o'clock, they had come out with their communique. CBN has not spoken to this moment. We're waiting for our CBN governor to advise us. I'm confused. I'm confused because
if we're running a company, right, and you're running a company, if we're all running a company and somebody misbehaves like this, let me not use the word misbehave, and somebody doesn't do something right, the person will get fired. It says that we don't have consequences for what is going on. Like somebody has to take a fall for what is really going on, because almost 200 million people are in need of money. I'm right here with you, and the phone lines are buzzing in, and I can't even pick because I have to get at least facts from everybody so that everyone can calm down and know that, okay, fine, there's an assurance somewhere, but there's no assurance somewhere. Yesterday, I was going home, and the e-hailing tab taxi that I took, and the man said they should just have allowed us to be spending the old money and the new notes, and gradually the old money will fade away, and then here comes in the new notes. And then I looked at him and I'm like, wow, okay, that's another thought.
Sensible statement.
Yeah.
Sensible statement.
And he said it in Yoruba. And I looked at him and I'm like, wow. So if we all have different solutions, then why is CBN not listening to the people? Because people are uncomfortable. I think it's this the Hausas who sell their wares through the wheelbarrow, and the first thing I'm asking, even for me, is transfer or cash. And the way they look at you, they don't want transfer. The gate man is saying, "Madam, my wife never getting money," and they're very uncomfortable.
Yes.
Right. And so it almost boils down to if you have trust with people that you're buying stuffs with, they can give you on credit. But when they don't even have money, what would they do?
Yeah, that's a big challenge. That's a big challenge that we are all facing at this time. Maybe I'm a bit fortunate that I probably have alternatives that if you do not collect cash, then I can easily walk away. But not everybody has that.
Not everyone.
Not everybody has that advantage. I mean, there are some cases where I actually need to use cash, and I probably just have to bite the bullet and forgo it and just move on. Because for me, whatever cash I have in my pocket is cash for any unforeseen emergency. That's it basically. That's it basically. Yeah.
Okay.
For me, if I cannot, yeah, go on.
Just hold on. Let me quickly take feedbacks and then we'll wrap up with you. Just stay with me. Hello, good morning.
Okay.
I have with me on Facebook, and it says that the same way Remy says, the same way bank operates is the same way POS operates. They disburse whatever cash is available to them. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, my sister.
Okay, then. Your name or where are you calling us from?
Dave.
Okay, Dave, quickly.
Yeah. My sister, you see, when we see all this kind of competition that we're having, is the failure of government.
Okay.
Why is it a failure of government? Because we have not been able to educate our people. Education is not vital in this part of the world, especially in Nigeria. Everybody just want to make money. Knowledge is life. We do something that will integrate, make us to be like other nations. We are struggling with it. So we tell you, I don't have a account number. I don't have it here. In this modern world.
Well, you can't blame them, Dave. Quickly, I'd like to let you go.
That's what I'm telling you now.
I am education
for this country. When people there, this is our working over there. They are not spirits, like they are human beings.
Okay, then Dave, please let me let you go. Let me let you go. Yes.
You know that. I don't want to try and destroy what will help us in the future. And when we did the subsidy, when they wanted to remove subsidy, they conspire, some people conspire to stop it. And now we are begging for subsidy to be removed.
Okay,
and we're going to pay more.
Thank you so much. Sorry to cut you. Hello, good morning. Sir, good morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is John.
Okay, John.
I want to thank the speaker I was invited to the show program. So, first of all, it's because we have an infrastructure problem. And you cannot take that and just start blaming the bank and the POS merchants probably for the failure we're experiencing currently. And secondly, I want to say, I think we've got it the other way around.
Okay.
For example, last time I had US, it's what to use the ATM. It costs you more than to use the POS for transfer. So even when I got my friend, since I didn't have ATM card, my friend had to go and get card, but he was just complaining that it's expensive for him because I transferred the money to him, you know. So he was complaining that I'm going to charge him ATM. Doesn't like this card I'm requesting for. So they cost them more to withdraw the card and to do transfer. But the other way around, Nigeria is free to take money from ATM. It's expensive to use transfer.
Okay.
So I believe if the reverse is made, people will quickly see Nigeria is looking at the certain cash because it's free to get it from the ATM. If they make it expensive, you can withdraw anything from ATM, they are being charged for it. And then to do transfer is free. To do POS is free. I think a lot of people will start embracing the idea of using POS and transfer rather than using the cash.
Thank you. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello?
Good morning. Quickly. My time is almost up.
Yeah,
Okay, Kende from where?
I have two questions I want us to look at. I want us to ponder them.
Okay.
And the first question is, when will this ultimately end?
Okay, that's one.
And when it ends, what will be the consequence on Nigerians?
Okay, then.
What will be the long-term effect of this?
Okay.
So one of the things that we realize is that when something of this happens, things doesn't get back to the way
Normal.
it was before.
Mm.
If I will begin to pay more,
Oh, we begin to pay less.
if I will begin to pay more to these people, if I have to make any meaningful transaction with them. So I think where this problem lies is because the government was actually like that in their own way to handle this issue.
Okay, then. Thank you so much. Thank you. I hear you. Quickly before I come to you. Good morning. And that's what I'm going to do. Good morning. The president and CBN have agreed to obey Supreme Court ruling suspending the wicked and evil deadline of February 10th, Friday 2023, for old 1,500 and 200 notes to lose their legal tender status as mere formality, but not in reality, because the president is still okay. Then it's Adeleye from Festac. I would not be able to take more calls and messages. From Facebook, I have wow, this is a lot. I'm coming. Oh, we will wrap up with you, boss. Just hold on. This is a lot of messages and calls and all of that, and there's so much. But like the last caller rightly said, when would this end? That's one. Is there going to be consequences? Will things go back to the way they are? What are your thoughts, quickly?
Just like always, things will go back to normal.
It should.
It will. Probably will be a little bit more disciplined in the way we operate our affairs. So we have limited cash, sadly. It will probably now discover at the end of the day that we were able to manage, we were able to focus on things that we didn't really require. Long-term effect, well, with this redesigning of the Naira, it means that we've also taken a lot of illicit funds out of circulation. And when you reduce the amount of money in circulation, it's normally supposed to have an impact on inflation. But well, what do you know? In Nigeria, sometimes things just don't go the way that you expect it to go, because they lower the capacity to purchase things, the lower the prices will come, because there is limit to what you can do, and people will not start taking undue advantage of people because of the excess of cash that is around. So let's just keep our fingers crossed. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope for something positive from the government and the CBN. And let us also try to be our own helpers, our own keepers in the way we conduct our affairs between now and when all this thing is sorted out.
Thank you so much, President of ASBIFI, Comrade Olusoji Oluwole. Yeah, I got it.
Thank you very much.
We're still going to have a physical conversation, but just hold on.
We have to do that.
We
have to do that, honestly.
Now,
I promise you that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And well done, Ekushe. So final message is, good morning. The country is actually in a mess right now. Seeing people struggling to get their hard-earned money, they should have thought of the possible outcome before embarking on this change of Naira. And I think they should look for solutions on how to rectify it. And I'm very
we want them all.
I'm
we
very
want them in
December. Yes, I'm very sure that our Oga Murphy is working on it. Thank you so much to everyone who has called in, listening. My time is up. So we'll come your way again next week, Saturday. Create opportunities for people, and please don't take advantage of people. Please, 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 please. I know it's a mess right now, but we'll always come out of it. Have a wonderful week, and God bless.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, for the very first time. Well, the melody that pulls you towards it, painting pictures of paradise. saying, rise up to the light in the sky. Watch the light lift your heart up, burn your flame through the night. Whoa, spirit, what's my yeah, and the water's crashing, trying to keep your head up high. While you're trembling, that's when the magic happens, and the stars gotta fight by your side. Saying, rise up to the